Yo, 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 good morning to everyone joining us today out here in the West and the East Coast. It is already afternoon, so welcome to another live stream. Today we have a lot to cover, so I'm going to jump right in and tell you my name is DTM DeltaTangoMike, and I'm going to tell you what we're working on today. Today we have a big challenge. It's a Adobe Illustrator Masterclass, and the challenge that we're going to discuss and share today is when should 2D artists use the three options available in Adobe Illustrator. And we have Vectorize tool versus the image trace tool versus the pen tool. That's right. We're going to go over a few of these tools in 1 hour or less. Hopefully, we can get through it all. And before I get going, let me give a big shout out to everyone joining us today. Frank was already in the chat saying hello. RB in the house. What's up, RB? That's right. Vector Maestros is my um, social media handle for all vector art and learning of drawing and art, digital and traditional. Wade, a cuff in the house. Thank you, Wade, for keeping it real out here in the chat. And then, of course, Robert in the house. Thank you for stopping through. I appreciate you. Thank you all. And if you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment in the chat. We're going to see it. Wade is in the house already in YouTube. And make sure you like this video, subscribe to Adobe Live on YouTube, and come on through and hang out with us artists who are here to share some Adobe apps goodness. Okay, let's jump right on in. Let me go ahead and switch my screen. Boom, there we go. This is my iPad. There it is. And yes, my top three apps are Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Photoshop, and Adobe Fresco. And lucky for me, I am working on a desktop that supports Adobe Fresco. Adobe Fresco is not available on all devices, especially not on Mac, but on the iPad and some desktop PCs. We got Alert Visuals. What's up? What's up? From Ghana, and Jason Murphy. Awesome, awesome. All right, so let's jump right on in because I don't have a lot of time. I want to spend my time hanging out with you guys, but we're going to jump right on in. All right, so a couple of notes here today. If you go ahead and follow me on my Behance portfolio, I am going to make some of these files available to anyone who checks out some of the projects. And so some of this artwork that I'm going to share here today is already in the projects that I have in my Behance portfolio. And if you don't have a Behance portfolio, Behance is free. Just jump on in and get it. All right, so let's get to it, right? One of the things that I'm going to be doing is getting my images ready. I'm going to open Illustrator on the iPad, set my canvas, and import some images, and then get started to try out the different tools that we have. On the iPad, I'm going to go over the Vectorize tool, and on desktop, we're going to go over the image trace tool and the pen tool. And we got to figure out when do we need either one of those. And as a 2D illustrator myself who likes to have his artwork on stickers, canvas. I did a 2D illustration that is that I did in Fresco and Illustrator, and we got it blown up and did the installation, and the artwork is 36 feet long. So it's definitely I love working with vector because it's definitely that's the kind of file type that you can transform to any size and get that clean, sharp look to it. Thank you, Wade, for dropping the links to my Behance. That's right, yeah, and my Instagram. All right, Carol, thank you for joining us. Welcome. If you are watching this right now on Behance or YouTube, leave a comment in the chat. Comment, question, suggestion, or tell us where you're from so that we know you are there. All right, let's get to work, Dan. We got stuff to do. Yes. All right, so let's go. First step, we're going to talk about when should artists use the Vectorize tool available on Illustrator on the iPad. And so here's my Illustrator on the iPad. And let me go ahead and start a new file. That's how the process that we're going to go through. I want the letter. Let me create new. I want the letter size. And what am I going to do here? The boom, boom, boom. I got my notes. So otherwise, DTM versus dub. So yes, letter. There it is, my letter size. Let's go ahead and break out the letter size. Create file. in Adobe Illustrator on the iPad. Now, the question was, when do artists use the Adobe Illustrator on the iPad and the Vectorize tool? And that is when we're quickly on the go. It's just something that you want to jump on your iPad and knock out while you're out somewhere, right? Christopher Williams in the house. And so one of the things is that, sometimes you don't have your desktop or a computer, or you're not at home where your desktop is, and you're out on the street, or you're in the couch and you want to do some quick work. Well, sometimes it's easy to just open up Adobe Illustrator on the iPad. That's where I am right now. Bring in your image that you want to vectorize. Where is it? It's right here. Boom, bring it in. There it goes. And it's brought into your Illustrator, and is saved in one of the layers, and bam, and you're working on an easy to use device. Let me hold my iPad up here in front of me. Look, see, no wires, no nothing, just draw on your iPad and get to going. And that's one of the reasons why we love that Adobe has brought Illustrator onto the iPad. I see some comments, so let me double check here. Got Patrick in the house. Where the SLP prize? That's right. Got my folks in here. Appreciate it. Alert Visual says I switched to Illustrator this month and I love it. Yes, that's good. Yeah, there you go. All right, so I got my pencil ready, my Apple Pencil. It just has a skin, so it looks like a yellow pencil. In any case, here we go. We got it. Let's just select, deselect, and boom, there's my drawing. So I want to vectorize this piece, but I don't want to sit there and go through all of this that I detail and shading and so on. I mean, it's beautiful. And I did this illustration in Adobe Fresco. Where's my frescoes? Right here. Let's see if I still have it sitting there. There it is. There's my illustration right there. I did this in Adobe Fresco. And a lot of times when you use the pixel brushes or pencil brushes and so on, then at the end of your drawing, you have all this beautiful texture. But once you want to take it out to a poster size or a banner or even an art installation, you're going to get pixelation. And so whenever we get to this point where we want to use an illustration and we need a higher resolution of it, then that's when you start considering the Vectorize tool or the image trace tool, which we'll go over on the desktop. And sometimes you have to take the hit and use the pen tool. All right, so here we are. Let's go through this, Dan, because we don't have a lot of time. Yeah. I like talking. All right, so let's do a selection. There we go. Boom. Select. We have our drawing selected. Here's layer 1. It says image, and you have to use the selection tool, the main arrow tool, and then you'll get your menu down below. Do I have my little thing on? Let me see. I need to be able to show you input. Allow upon rejection. Short term. Yeah. Show taps as a blue dot. Oh, so you do see the little blue dot. And so whenever you use the direct selection tool, you don't get those menus. So a big tip here is that sometimes you have to, in order to use some of the amazing tools that are on the right hand side, it's only going to be available when you use the selection tool. So there's a tip for you right there. Bam. General Kenobi in the house. Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's go ahead and select our drawing. As soon as you select the drawing, you get this menu down below. There's a whole bunch of things down here, but just pay attention to the menu item on the very far left, the very first one. That is the Vectorize tool. See, and it's kind of cool looking. It has a little pixels. Half the icon is in pixels, and the other half is like, boom, an anchor point. Or vector, I don't know. I guess it's a vector icon. So here we go. So once you select your image, tap on your Vectorize tool, wait for it. You gotta sit there and sip on some coffee. Say hello to your friends watching this right now on the chat. See what their messages are in the chat, and boom, there it is. Look, ooh, nice. I'm not a big fan of any of these vectorization and image tracing, but in the past, recent past, is the improvements on how it renders is amazing. And there we go. Look at that. Boom. Now, if there's something that you want to adjust and see some differences on, then that's when we go here on the right hand side. And we're not finished here. We just got to the first step where Adobe Illustrator on the iPad has rendered the image, and now we can make some adjustments. So the source, instead of a logo, let's say it's a painting. And there it goes, processing again. So don't just go with the first thing that pops up. Check out the settings on the right hand side, and it should pop up when as soon as it processes the first time, as it did with mine. Mine, it just popped in and boom, there we go. Okay, okay. So look, it kind of made it softer. Whoa, yes, and the color's a little bit more consistent and clean. Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Let's try the photograph. Okay, here we go. Boom, processing again. And I'm not done because there's some more things that we can adjust in right after that. But let's go ahead and just wait to see what happens here. Photograph, photograph, processing, processing, processing. You know, rendering. Okay, okay. So not a whole lot of difference. Color mode is color. We're gonna keep that. But what happened if I click on grayscale? And every time you make a change, it's gonna need to reprocess the image, and I'm okay with that. Now, of course, you got to be careful on the iPad that you're on. Right now, I have the M1 iPad Pro full size. I think this is the 1 terabyte that has the 16 gigs of RAM, so it's got enough juice, but it still will get hung up sometimes. There's the grayscale. It is really nice. It's very pretty. You know, I can see myself just going through all the different render modes and boom, see, create different images and use them in different things, like including some shirts. I did have my sweatshirt on earlier, and it had has a picture of myself that I drew. Anyways, it's apparel. Yeah, you know, you create the artwork for apparel. All right, we're back to color, and here's some important parts. Let's go ahead and zoom in, and you notice all the little curvy lines, right? Well, then that's when we go through here, and we can start looking at the noise. We can make more noise. Let's just start from the bottom and see what some of these things are doing. SLP prices, happy hollow to all. I should have said that. I'm sorry. Should have started with that. Boom, happy hollow. I hope you guys are around tomorrow for my regular live stream at 10 a.m. where we're going to go over some artwork that I've been working on for years. Okay, this is good. So the noise kind of got a little bit rougher. Let me see. Let's make it really. See, I'm looking at the edges of some of these shapes that make up the color. The shapes are each individual color is a shape or a series of shapes. And let's see. I've got my eyes set on it. I'm not looking away. We're looking. I'm watching this. Boom. Oh, so yeah, it did get a little bit rougher, but this already pretty rough. However, we did lose some detail and colors in here right under those feathers and the earrings. So there it is. Okay, so now I do know I want, let's see, no noise, as less noise as possible. And the colors, there's a lot of colors right here, 255. That's gonna be next. There you go. Nice, says General Kenobi. That's right. And Alert Virtual says, I want to be in the community of designers so that I can join in collaborations. Well, you make sure you join us in Behance. Get your Behance portfolio going and hang out when Wade, Voodoo Val, and Claudia and artists like that are sharing their processes and join us in the conversation. So we did we did bring some of this back. All right, but let me go ahead and just clean up the colors. Let's say less colors. Let's see. All right, there it goes. And so what I want you to do is to go through this, these settings, and make adjustments to make sure that you have the results that you want out of your drawing. Welcome, Sean, in the house. Carol, yes, yes. Oh, Dari in the house. There we go. So this is not too bad. I like how the colors kind of muted a little bit. Nice, yes, yes. And let's say this is it. This is what we want. Now you'll notice that the source changed from photograph to custom photograph. Let's see what happens with the path. turn that down and wait for it. Wait for it. Hey, two in, how you doing? What up though? Says Odari. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure y'all leave a thumbs up on the video. Okay. I didn't see too many things change here, but I think the path got less paths in here. There's like less gradients going on. All right, I'm happy. I'm happy with this. And let's go now. Once you're happy with the results and you have made the adjustments and changes, excuse me. Now you click on the bottom right hand corner over here. It says expand vectorization. So that's 2 steps. Well, it seems like more than 2 steps, but 1 step is to select the image, click on vectorize icon. Then the second step to finalize your drawing is to go ahead and click on expand vectorization. Let's do that. And wait for it. It's processing and working and working and working and working and working and doing stuff. Come on, Illustrator. Oh, boom, dumb. Boom, object expanded, and now you can see all the edges of all the objects and shapes that are in this drawing, and these are all the paths that are in there. Now, come on. So it's gotta take a second. Sometimes it'll break. All right. Let's leave it like that for now. Let's go ahead and save this. What are we gonna save this as? It's gonna be called Eagle Warrior. Click OK. Now, anytime you save on your iPad and Adobe Illustrator on the iPad, this file is saved to the cloud. So watch this. Let's do this. Watch. Okay, let's open a new layer. There we go, layer 2. Let's open our photos and bring that illustration in again. There it goes. Bring that drawing. There it is. So this is the original drawing. Lock it. There's the original drawing, all right, with all the little textures and details. And then here's the vector. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Let's go fast. It's a little scary. Okay, so I'm leaving the original in, and I'm also keeping the new vector in there. Also, I'm going to unlock these and save it. All right, now, what we're going to do is check out the next step in this, or the next option that we have is the image trace tool in Illustrator on the desktop. And before I jump into it, this one was created in Adobe Fresco with the pixel brushes, and I created a vector copy for high resolution use. So now I can take this new image here and make it as big as I want, and it's still gonna look sharp and clean. And look at all these lines right there. It does have all that weird shape edges, but it's part of the way the artwork looks, because no matter how big you make it, you still have a nice clean line. And that's what vector art is all about. Make him say, all right. Now I know you see the sunstone right there, but don't think about it just yet, because that's something else. All right, so there it is, Adobe Illustrator on my iPad. Let me go ahead and turn off my iPad. Boom, screen, and there we go. There it is, Adobe Illustrator on my desktop. All right, I just switched from my iPad to my desktop. And you saw, I don't know if you noticed this, as I switched over, the Eagle Warrior file just showed up on my desktop. This is why I like and enjoy the Creative Cloud, is that once you start using the apps on your iPad or your phone, because you do have Fresco on your phone, and Photoshop, or yes, well, you got the Photoshop camera. In any case, once you start using different apps with Creative Cloud, then some of these files are all saved to the Creative Cloud, and you can open the file on your desktop and keep on working. Boom. Love the drawing. Thank you, Robert. I appreciate you. Hello, chat. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. All right. Next meet me at Behance. Bye. Thanks, Alert Visuals. Thank you. Jaime from Colombia. Órale, Jaime Colombia. Órale. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros hoy. I appreciate y'all all leaving comments in the chat to let us know that you are there. Okay, so just a quick look at this file, just because it's here. Let me go ahead and click on it so it can open up. And after this, we're gonna go into the image trace tool and Adobe Illustrator on desktop. Okay, so here is the vector version. See, there it is. Remember, this is what we did on the iPad. Nice, nice, nice. And this is the drawing, the original drawing right here. So what I'm gonna do now is make a new canvas, a new canvas right here, and lock these. Let me lock these real quick, and then go ahead and do an Alt click and drag. Boom, we got a second one. We're gonna unlock the layer 2, which is our, or this one is the original. I like to name my layers. First, layer 1 is the iPad vectorization. Is that how? Vectorize. iPad vectorize, not vectorization. I don't know. I'm just making up words. iPad vectorize. Did I miss something? Yeah, vectorize. Sorry about that. Here we go. Boom. There. Vectorize and then the original. Okay, so let's click on the original. Move it over. There it is. And I'm going to make another copy of this. This whole original here. Alt, click and drag. Boom, there's the original copy. Lock all of these because I'm making extra artboards here. You'll know why. You're like, what's Dan doing? He's getting sidetracked. No. Well, I do get sidetracked a lot because, sometimes, it's fun. Illustrator is fun. Okay, so here we go. Original. This is original copy. So this is gonna be image trace. We're gonna make this one image trace. That's what we're gonna do. Bam. All right. So we have 3 artboards with 3 different layers and 3 different copies. We have the iPad. This is the iPad Vectorize. This one is there we go. This is the original right there. That's the original. And now we're going into the image trace. So let's go ahead and select our image trace. And let me go ahead and Control S to save. I want to save. Now, usually with the cloud, it's going to save on its own. And it's going to keep up with you and whatever you're doing. I just like to be safe and, use your 2 fingers. Control S on Windows, or it's not Control, but Command S on Mac. I don't know how I forget these things, It just happens. Okay, now, you'll notice that as soon as I select the image, and let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit. As soon as you select the image, like I did right now, there's that little window popping up right there. And it popped up on the bottom a second ago. So let me deselect the image. All right, boom, gone. Now select the image and boom, we have another little toolbar happening right here. Bam. It's a lot going on down here. But the first part is image trace. Now you're gonna feel like, well, image trace is right there. Let me just click on that. Nah, not yet. Here's the tip. Take your time checking out the different options for image trace. And with that in mind, up on the top, when I deselect, you see that control tool layer up here. It shows this will change depending on whatever tool you're using. So once I click on the image, this whole control area is going to change, and now we have image trace again. Yes, so when you click on image trace, it converts the image into a tracing. There you go. What did it say? Object, which is the same as this button down here. But you'll notice there's a little drop down icon right next to it. Boom. You want to click on that first. Click on that so that you can also check out where you can also see the similar menu that you had when you were in Adobe Illustrator on the iPad. You want to go ahead and make some adjustments so that you can make the image trace that much more to your liking versus just letting Illustrator do it by itself. And that's one other thing about Illustrator. Adobe Illustrator is not a program that does things for you. There's some tools for doing things automatically for you, but Adobe Illustrator is one of those programs where everything that happens in the drawing is because you meant it to happen that way. You wanted it to be that way. And that's the third part of what my stream today is, the pen tool. You kind of want to make sure that this is exactly what you want and this is why it's happening. So there you go. Vendom, thank you for joining us. Loves data in the house. Thank you, thank you. It says beautiful illustration. Thank you for that. I appreciate you. All right. So, by the way, this is an illustration that I drew during one of my art competitions here on Behance on Adobe Live, and it's DTM versus. And yeah, so it's really, 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 I really like this. Okay, so what are our options? Let's look at it. It says image trace. All right, so how do you get there? Just select your image. Boom. Click on image trace. Check out the different options right here. And let's go ahead and look at the different things that happen when you use those options. So let me go ahead and go like this. Alt, click, drag, and then Alt, click, drag again. We're going to try 3 different ways, at least. All right, so V for selection tool. Boom, select. And just click on image trace. See what happens. It says, oh man, this is kind of big. It's going to take a long time. Oh, come on, let's do it. Don't take a long time, Illustrator. Adobe, what you got? Oh, hey, you know, that's not too bad looking. Oh, but that's not what we want. But that's what happened when you just clicked on image trace by itself. It just does whatever it wants. Undo. Let's undo that. Don't want it. Okay, so let's click on image trace, and what it said? It says something right there. It said tracing presets. Boom, image trace. So let's go with high fidelity photo. Let's see what happens. Wait for it. It's working. It's working. It's coming along. You know, go get your cup of coffee. Go check on, see what's on the TV. Check some messages and come back. Okay, it's doing a lot of extra work than before. And this is what I want. I wanted to do a lot of extra work to make my image as clean and as sharp and as true to the original as possible. But it's not going to be exactly the same because it's going to go from a pixel-based drawing to a vector. And look at that. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Okay. Yes, I like how all this little fuzziness from the pencil pixel brush, it kind of smoothed it out into different colors. This is good. Yes. Oh my, I like it. I don't know about what you think. Oh yes. Gad, what's up? Welcome to the stream. All right, so let's look at this. So right now we're not done, right? Okay, right now we're not done. We did the first step, which was to do the image trace. Second step you want to do after this, then go ahead and click on the word expand. So boom. So now, first step is that Illustrator is recognizing all the different tones and shading and gradients and depth of the picture. And from there, it tries to map out and trace what a vector image would look like. The next step after that is to go ahead and break up all those colors into individual, boom, there it is. All these are different. There we go. Let's select paths. Oh my gosh. Bam. Nice illustration. Thank you, motivational individual. And look at all these little pieces. So now let's get the direct selection tool. Let me go ahead and deselect over here. And then look how it tries to recognize the pieces. Look at this. First, you got to do the image trace so they can trace out the image. And then you click on expand. So now it breaks everything up. And you can then grab things. See, look, there it is. I moved that. I didn't want to because let me see if I can grab a bigger piece. There we go. Boom. There we go. You see that? Now we have a separate piece there. Everything is broken up into pieces. Elisandra in the house. Wade says, I love how gradient outlines always look like wood grain. Yes, it gives you a little bit of texture. And then that's what you're going to expect out of an image trace or a vectorize tool in Adobe Illustrator on desktop or the iPad. It's going to have a little bit of grain on it, and you have to be okay with it. And I'm getting ahead of myself because there's a whole thing that I want to go over all of this. But in the meantime, I want you to think about which method you prefer and why, all right? Because we're not done. What's up, Seema? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. All right, so now This is what we have on, and let me go ahead and try something here. Let me, boom, it's starting to slow down. Save this, and while that's saving, let me open, is it navigation? I need my navigation window, and this is outside of, you guys can't see that. All right, so let me go here. So this is the iPad version. This is the iPad Vectorize, okay? See, I turned it off and on. This is the iPad Vectorize. So the iPad does a good job and it's cool for what it can do. But, you know, let's look at the, this is the original. And there it is, the original. And then this is the one from the desktop in Illustrator. Thank you, Wade, says Dan's got passion. Yeah. Elisandra says, this looks great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you who are commenting on the drawing because I spent a lot of time on it. So I'm glad you like it. And so this is the image trace for photograph on Adobe Illustrator on the desktop. And so there's a big difference in the artwork. So now let's select this one. And let's try a different image trace option. I want you to see how this is, how there's some slight differences and why you want to check those options in the image trace menu. And Motivation Individual says, what's your opinion on tracing with pen tool as a beginner? We're going to get into that. Oh, you're going to hit ahead of myself. But yes, we're going to talk about the pen tool. I love the pen tool. I request that you add a Turkish subtitles and broadcast. Yes, Seema, thank you. We're going to let Waiter Cuff take that message on to those who make those kind of decisions. This has been a pain to do it manually. Yes, Robert, it is a pain. When you start with an illustration like this, it is kind of a pain to go all the way manual and start with the pen tool, which is why trying out these vectorized tools and the image trace tools is very important to understand so that you can just kind of skip ahead and just have a finished illustration. All right, so let's go. All right, so the first one was, let me go ahead and check it out right here. There it is. It's a group. It's already a group. So this was the first image trace. The first image trace, high fidelity photo. So let's type that in. High fidelity photo. Photo. There we go. Got it. Lock it. This one right here is the next one that we're going to work with. And let's click on our menu. And let's say we want 3 colors. This is, I never use this one. I don't because I need it to have, at least like with this image itself, this drawing, it has a lot of tones, a lot of colors. So 3 colors, I already know is not going to look good. So there we go. Let's click on it. Let's click on it. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know, you just tap it and then walk off like, yeah, because it's taking a minute. So it's going to be a little progress. All right. Okay. All right. Let me see how much time do I have. I got a few more minutes before I get into the pen tool. But think about right now, what you're watching this, as you're looking at this, think about which method do you prefer and get ready to tell us why. Why is it that you would use one method over another? Which one do you prefer? And there it goes. Boom. So this is a 3 color and it went from looking like this on the left to looking like the one on the right with just 3 colors. Oh man. You know, it's I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but depends on what's your purpose, right? What is it you're trying to do? And if I was to do like a silk screen of this drawing on paper or on shirts or something, you know, and the printer said, you need 3 colors. Okay, well then that's not too bad. Let's undo and try. Come on, there he goes. Oops, that's the wrong menu. Come on, you know what I'm doing here. Undo, there it is. Boom. All right, that was easy. Woo. Good. Let's try a different image trace. Let's go to 6 colors. We saw what 3 colors look like, and let's do 6 colors. There it is. Yeah, it's not too bad. Tweak it a little bit, and it will look really nice. Yes, and you know we don't have time to get into that today. But if you were to recolor with AI, I don't know. You might come out with some really cool color combinations. Okay, 6 colors. This is what we get with 6 colors. Okay, we still have the darks. We have some lights, and that yellow is not too bad with that rusty brown. I like that. I think I'm going to go ahead and click on expand. Boom. And then this is the 6 colors. There you go. It was 6 colors. Type it in there. Boom. There. Done. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. V for the selection tool. Okay. So we've gone from starting with the high fidelity photo style of image trace to a 6 color image trace. Little abstract, says Robert. Yes, yes, a little bit abstract, which is okay. It's cool. All right, next one. We're going to keep it rolling because I got to jump into the next thing soon. All right, select the image, and this is the same step, right? Select the image, click on the drop down menu for image trace, and here's where I don't go into the sketch art and silhouettes, line art, technical drawing, but I am going to go into 16 colors. Looks good, said motivational individual. Thank you. 16 colors. Let's go. It should look a little bit better and closer to my original drawing than where we were with 3 colors and 6 colors. And Sema says both are very good. They are. They are. All right, all right, all right. Let's see. Boom, boom. Okay, okay. Now, I immediately, off the top of my head, I think this is kind of closer to what Vectorize on the iPad does, even though this might be a little bit better than Vectorize on the iPad. Let me see. I mean, Vectorize on the iPad may be a little better. Yep, it's a little better than the 16 color. So if we were to rank them, the Vectorize option on the iPad is pretty good and a little bit better than the 16 colors on the desktop. However, I don't think anything beats that high fidelity photo option on the desktop. So sometimes you may want to save your artwork on the iPad and then get to the desktop later and do this part right here. Yeah, so let me go ahead and finish this off and click on expand. This looks okay with 16 colors. Yes, it does, Robert. Yes, it does. Thank you. So there it is, 16 colors. It does feel a little muted, you know, and so if this was a drawing that I was going to turn in for something in particular, I may go in and tweak out those edges a little bit more to bring out a little bit more contrast in my drawing. Yeah, yeah, this is good. This is good. Okay, cool. All right, so this last one was 16 colors. That's it right here, right? Yep. Okay, here you go. 16 colors. Bam. And I'm keeping track on my layers so that you gotta know what you got going on here. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom out. And here's all of them right there. There's all of them right there. Boom. And so I'm going to take these two and move them out right here. And of course, grab this one and set it. Come on. Come on. I know, computer. This computer's doing a lot of work. All right. Boom. There we go. I like it. Nice, nice, nice. This one's got a little edge right there. All right. Cool. There it is. So the middle one is the original. Pick up the original. Pick up the pace. I know. I say that a lot. Then the first one over here on the left is on the iPad Vectorize tool. And the one on the right is a high fidelity image trace. Okay. Now, those are the two main options. Let's talk about the pen tool. Sometimes, and let's talk about it right here. I think Robert said that it would be too much work to do this manually. And yes, it would be a lot of work to do it manually. But sometimes you have to go in and do some manual work. Why do we want to do that, Dan? Why? Because I want it to be perfect. So I got a new layer. I am using a mouse. This is just a mouse. I was thinking about bringing one of my tablets, but I think that a mouse is good for just a pen tool and manual thing. Okay, so let's pick a spot. Let's go right here. Let's get our pen tool. There we go. Pen tool options right there. Got it. Select the pen tool. I love it. And we can make some adjustments before we start drawing. This goes to color. Yes, I want the color to be black. Why not? But let's make it red so it stands out really good. And then let's get the stroke. And this is the deal with the pen tool, right? With the pen tool, It's straight up whatever it is that you want on the artwork, you doing it yourself. And so you see me making adjustments right now. General Kenobi says, the pen, an elegant tool for more civilized drawing. I'm gonna use that. That's good. I like that. The pen tool, an elegant tool for a more civilized drawing. Let's see. Johnny, what's up? Johnny says, interesting how the stuff is different. The iPad is from the computer desktop. Yes, right. That's right. Okay, so let's make it a 2 weight. And I'm gonna round out my corners and endpoints. Let's pick a spot, click on it, and there it goes. There goes the pen tool. Okay, so let me do something here. Change this color because it's gonna be hard to see. Cyan, there we go. Bam, there it goes. Look at that. Can you see that? Yes, so pick a spot. There we go. Oh, let's go here. Let's go here. Pick a spot and pick a spot. Bam. All right, so the red is the fill color right here. So let me get rid of the fill color. I want the black color or the stroke to be like a red or something, just so that we can see it. All right, and then let's make that line weight, because the line weight is kind of hard to see right here. No. Okay, get away, Generative. I know, Generative, you're trying to do my job, but you can't do this. This right here, you can't do. Only I can do it. All right, so just 2. Let's go with 4. Bam. So now it's really thick. Yes. So if I make it black, there we go. Look. See? Oh my gosh. Okay. Pen tool P. There we go. I can click on that if I wanted to. No. Let's make a new line right there. Let's go right there. Bam. Just use the arrow keys to separate your pen tool from the last anchor point. Get your direct selection to move some of these anchor points around the bezier. You know, the thing about the pen tool is a dot by dot or anchor by anchor process, you know, and this is what we enjoy. We enjoy this. General Kenobi, the pen tool is really important. Yes, it is. Thank you for the comment, Gad. And General Kenobi says, you can pay me $2,000 now plus 15 when we reach Alderaan. That's right. 2000, that's so few years ago. 2010, there you go. 2015, I appreciate that. Did pen tool tracing last week from a model photo, says Robert. That's right. And you know, this is a long little process. So let's select that anchor point there, get back to my pen tool, and then go here. Oops, no, that's not how I wanted it. Let's go select, got it. And then let's pick a spot right here. Bring it in, bring it out. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. I don't want to spend a lot of time showing you the pen tool because you guys know that it is super important. There it goes. There it is. Look at that. Because I just kind of want to show you how the drawing changes when you start using the pen tool in there. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Oops. There we go. I didn't mean to. B. Thank you. There it is. So we can turn it off, turn it on. There it is. Look at that. It just makes it so much more dramatic. And when I'm done with the drawing, look, boom, I can get rid of my drawing, and here comes the rest of this. And one thing I really like about the pen tool, you can always adjust some of these. There we go. Line weights. All right, let me see. 240. I'm getting close to the edge. Close to the edge. I want you to in the chat, please tell me which type of tool do you prefer. Do you prefer the Vectorize tool on the iPad versus the image trace tool in the desktop? And do you even have an iPad Illustrator on your iPad, or do you just like to work within Illustrator on the desktop? You know, yeah, because everybody's different. Let me undo that right there. Boom, and I'm looking at this very far away. Boom, bam, let's go. Bam, all right, just so that I can show you something. Let me show you something. See, look at that. Oh, it's so clean. It's so amazing. Desktop says RB. There you go. Find it a lot better. Yes. Let's see. How would the design look at night? Can you make an effect of color? Sorry about that. That's funny. All right, let's see. Boom. Let's select those two lines right there. Those two paths and look. Make it thinner. Bam. Oh, of course, it's going to take a lot more time to do it this way, but you'll end up with exactly the line where you want the line to be, and it'll be clean and fresh for your project. And look, no matter how far we zoom in, we still have that clean line. Look, no pixels. Oh, I love it. No pixels. All right. I have nothing against pixels, but I really like the way I can use Illustrator to create vector art that will go to whatever size I want. General Kenobi says no iPad. And Vandam says true RB. Cressy's just chilling. And Robert says I only have a desktop. Well, there you go. With the desktop, you can make this work for you. All right. So I got quick bonus for you. Two quick bonuses. One is, let me go ahead and grab my window. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead and grab my Adobe Creative Cloud app here on my desktop. Did you know that Adobe Illustrator is on the iPad, on the desktop, and now it's on the web? Yes, click on your apps here if you have the Creative Cloud. Then hover over to where it says web. Boom. And you'll see all the apps that you already have available on the web besides Adobe Express, Adobe Firefly, which are great. There's Adobe Photoshop, oh my gosh, but I want Illustrator. It's in beta, but there it is. And actually, I opened a different window so that I can bring it into that window, but it's okay if it wants to be on this Edge window. Boom, there it is. This is Adobe Illustrator on the desktop. So let me go ahead and open up a drawing that I worked on in Adobe Illustrator. This is why I didn't like Edge, or whatever this is called. Edge. Is it Edge? I don't know. Someone give me a tablet. There you go, Gad. And me too. Somebody give me a tablet. So there we go. This is Adobe Illustrator on the web. And let me see if some of these shortcuts work. And it's kind of getting stuck. Open and desktop app. And this is why I don't like Edge. Come on. It got stuck. Let me go ahead and copy that and close that. And let me get a Chrome window and paste it. Boom, bam. So don't feel that if you don't have an iPad, you can't use Illustrator, or don't feel that if you don't have a desktop that can run Adobe Illustrator, then you have no choice. Nah, there you go. See, look, this works a little bit better. You can use Adobe Illustrator on the web, and there it is. Boom. Where's my layers? There's my layers. There we go. There's my layers. Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up, guys? There we go. Can I use the zoom tool? Yep, there we go. The shortcuts are working. It just hasn't expanded yet. It might be a little bit of traffic going on in my computer. Yes, there we go. And it just expanded a little bit. There we go. There we go. What's up? And so this is an illustration that I worked on in Adobe Illustrator on the iPad, and I can still have access to it by going into Adobe Illustrator on the desktop, and that is available to all of you here through the apps that you have on access to for the Creative Cloud. Looks like there's 2 updates. These must have just happened. Yeah, that just happened because I just updated everything last night. Boom, money for people. And Wade says that would make a great Christmas gift for everybody. Yes, everybody gets an iPad. Go talk to the guy and say he's gonna give us an iPad. Seema says my favorite Adobe Illustrator, Adobe Dreamweaver, Adobe Lightroom. Nice. And that's great to see that folks love the Creative Cloud. That's great. Muy padre. Illustrator on the web. Simón, se puede usar Illustrator on the web y usar todo lo que tienes en Illustrator on desktop. There goes the tools right here. Look, there goes the pencil tool. There goes the, bam, there we go. There goes the pen tool right here, and so on. So it's really great. And I just heard recently that you can use Adobe Illustrator Web on Chromebook. So now I want to get a Chromebook just so I can test that out. Anyways, there we go. Don't let either the iPad or desktop stop you. You should try it out. All right, so the bonus image side-by-side comparison. I have this in a folder. I meant to have that folder open before I went live, but you know, it's right here. It's right here. It's right here. Okay, so I showed you that sunstone, and this is gonna be my last bit for today. The sunstone in Illustrator on the iPad, and the sunstone design that I did in Adobe Fresco. So here it is, an Adobe Fresco. There it goes. This is sunstone is the Aztec calendar, and it's Aztec, not Mayan. Not That's not a big deal for anybody, but for us who know, we kind of like to correct folks. So there it is. And of course, this is already a JPEG image. So you're going to see the bits of pixelation. And then here goes. This is the vector version of the same drawing. You can see pixelation because of JPEG already. But one was drawn in Fresco with pressure sensitivity. The other one was drawn in Adobe Illustrator. And I have my Fresco right here. Boom. And there it is, the Aztec calendar, or the sunstone, and so you're gonna get a different effect each time. So the bonus thing is that if you want pressure sensitivity more than what Adobe Illustrator on the desktop provides, then use Adobe Fresco and use your vector brushes. And so there it is right there. Let me see, get the other one out. I got a little bit of time left, so I kind of want to jump right in here and show this off. There it is. Boom. There goes Adobe Illustrator. Bam. Let me grab these windows, get them out the way. Bam. Adobe Illustrator. Thank you. It's beautiful. All of this is vector. It's all vector. And then there goes Adobe Fresco. And that's with pressure sensitivity using the vector brushes. So you have a lot of options when it comes to Adobe Illustrator and using the Vectorize tool, image trace tool, or the pen tool. There it goes. I am DTM, DeltaTangoMike. Leave us your comments. Check your comments in the chat. Let us know which one do you prefer and what you'd like to see in some of our Adobe Illustrator Masterclass sessions. Let's see. Wasima says, new updates are excellent. Thank you so much. We'll try the beta right away, says Pollito. There you go. Try it out. You got to get in online and try out. What did I do with that window? Did I leave my file open? I can't remember. There it is. I did close it. Ooh, don't want to mess around with my stuff. And let me know what's going on with you. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. here on Behance in Adobe. Behance.net/The Creative Genius. And you can check out some of my links so you can stay up to date on what's going on. Thank you for stopping through. Reverb Mike in the house. Robert, Umacorn, SLP Price, Patrick, General Kenobi, Robert, Carol. Thank you all for stopping here. Thank you, Waiter Cuff. Thank you, Sima, Pollito. And let me see, Johnny. Thank you. What do you recommend for a drawing tablet? Just have an iPad, but does it seem like it can be limiting sometimes? Go start with what you have. Do what you can, what you have, and then slowly build up to what you can afford. That's right. That's right. Let me go ahead and switch screens here. Boom. This is one of my drawings done in Adobe Illustrator. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube so that you can keep up with all the amazing Adobe Creative Cloud goodies. I'm DTM. Catch you next time. And catch you on the flip side. Peace out.